Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Courtney Ryan, and in this video, I'm gonna be going over the sexiest men's fragrances. So everyone kind of has their own idea of what smells good and what doesn't, which makes it nice that there's so many fragrances on the market to choose from, but it can get a bit overwhelming. So in this video, I'm gonna be going over some of the sexiest fragrances for men, in my opinion. Make sure you guys stick around until the very end because I think a couple of these might surprise you. Don't be discouraged or disappointed if the fragrance that you love isn't on the list. I obviously have not smelled every fragrance in the world, and these are just some ones that I have experience with that I found to be super sexy. I also decided to keep this list relatively affordable, so there's not going to be any niche fragrances in this particular video. I would be more than happy to do a sexy niche fragrance video if that's something that you guys are into, but I like to keep things on my channel pretty affordable for the most part so that everyone can kind of dabble in it and get their hands on what I'm talking about. So number one, we have Dolce & Gabbana The One. So the one particularly that I have is the EDT version, and honestly the performance on this is not that great, but when it does last on your skin, it smells absolutely amazing. I think this is just a really mass appealing fragrance. It's a safe option. So this is warm, spicy, it's really masculine. I think the things I smell the most in this are definitely the amber, tobacco, and cedar. It's just really a perfect, sexy date night fragrance. Number two, we have Replica Jazz Club. I absolutely adore this fragrance. I think this is the most expensive one on the list, but it is worth every penny. So I only have the little sample version. We wanted to test it out before we bought the whole bottle, and I will definitely be buying the whole bottle because it smells that amazing. This fragrance is really youthful but sophisticated at the same time. This one's sweet and a little bit boozy, but not in a sickening way that a lot of fragrances that have those notes kind of smell. This brand does a great job personifying the names of the fragrances. I think it really does smell like a sexy guy sitting in a jazz club. This is just one of my favorites of all time. I've smelled a ton of niche fragrances as well, and this one definitely takes one of my top spots. Just smells so good, guys. Okay, number three, we have Carolina Herrera. This one is Prive. It smells incredible. Another perfect date night one. Notice there's a pattern here. Everything that's very sexy, kind of sultry and sweet is just a perfect date night fragrance. So this one particularly is a leather fragrance. It's very woody, very sweet, very spicy, exciting. It's very rich and luxurious too. It kind of has a very deep, sweet smell to it. Again, this one isn't sickening sweet either. It has a touch of grapefruit, a touch of lavender and sage. So it really is a perfect balance that any woman is gonna love. I smelled a couple of fragrances from Carolina Herrera and I've always loved all of them. This one though is definitely my favorite. Number four on my list is Prada Luna Rosa Black. This one is incredible. I feel like every time I give my boyfriend a compliment on his fragrance, he's wearing this one. This one's a little bit mysterious and sweet, but it also has kind of a clean feel to it, like there's just more to discover. So the patchouli, amber, and musk in this fragrance make it a very sexy fragrance that all women are gonna love. This is another perfect date night one. So this one is that mysterious guy that's sitting at the bar by himself, looking super cool. So number five might surprise you, and it is the Dreamer by Versace. And this one is not like any of the other ones on this list, which is why I chose it. But honestly, this one is one of my top three fragrances, maybe of all time. It's definitely not the most popular Versace fragrance. I think automatically everyone thinks of Versace Eros or Versace Dylan Blue over the Dreamer, but the Dreamer is so understated and so under-recognized, which makes it even better. This one is really cozy and soothing to me. It has lavender in it, which I definitely smell. It just kind of gives you a warm and soothing feel. Really relaxing, good for a date night. I could see this one being good in the bedroom at nighttime. Perfect fragrance for that. Number six, we have Montblanc Legend. I love this one. I was born in the 90s, and this one just smells exactly like walking past Abercrombie & Fitch at the mall. I feel like some people might not like this one because of the nostalgia that it brings, but that's the reason why I love this so much. Also, it's a super affordable alternative to Abercrombie & Fitch Fierce, which I also love, but this one you can get for way cheaper, and honestly, it smells exactly like it. So like I said, this one is sexy in its own way. The top notes are lavender, pineapple, and bergamot, but then it balances out really nicely with tonka bean and sandalwood. So a perfect balance of masculine and clean at the same time. I really love this one. That leads me into my next one, which is why I didn't pick Abercrombie & Fitch Fierce, because I have another Abercrombie & Fitch fragrance that I love so much more, and that is Abercrombie & Fitch First Instinct. If you've watched some of my fragrance videos before, this one took the #1 spot in one of them. I absolutely adore adore this fragrance. I would say that this one is perfect for a date night in the summertime, or if you live somewhere in a warm climate like Florida, California, somewhere like that. This one is perfect for summer. It has fruity notes, but it's definitely still kind of warm and inviting, but definitely on first smell, I get a lot of the melon that's in it. So like I said, it just really is a perfect summer fragrance. Okay, number 8 is La Nuit de Lome by YSL. I absolutely adore this fragrance. It's really popular, but honestly not the one that I feel like people normally have. There are a ton of different fragrances in this specific line. So the version I have is the Le Parfum, which in my opinion is just a little bit spicier, a little bit more mature than the traditional. They all smell amazing, but this one is definitely a safe option, mass appealing, and a perfect sexy date night fragrance. This one is very woody, very spicy. There's a little bit of lavender in there, which makes it kind of soothing. All around, just an amazing fragrance. You cannot go wrong with this one. So guys, that concludes my list of some of the sexiest men's fragrances in my opinion. Let me know which ones I missed down below. Would love to hear what your favorite fragrances are and which ones you get the most compliments on from women. If you liked this video or found it helpful, be sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel for when I release new content. Also, be sure to follow me on Instagram at Courtney Christine Ryan. I love connecting with all of you guys on there as well. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all next time.